Hello, you are watching Half Asian Tarot Queen. I am Elisa. When I just did the split, this is what came out. So it's like, what I just got from this is like, I mean, this is like a supremely toxic situation. I mean, it's like stalkers, obsession, like betrayal, you know, I mean, just crazy. And there have been a lot of readings leading up to this one about like sort of recovering from like a narcissistic abusive situation. I'll link one of them up here. There's a lot of them. And then we have this, which is kind of like, this is a card of manifesting. It's like seeing off into the future. You know, you see your ships like coming in, but it's like, it's still kind of like in the future. So it's like this person, I think, is like, it's like almost like they're biding their time, but they're looking into the distance because they're manifesting a better future for themselves than this. And let's see, I'm gonna look at her here too. Yeah. So I'm gonna pull from another deck because the cards underneath are kind of like all over the place, but and I feel like that was a clear message, so I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna go to the Prism Oracle next. Yeah. So, okay, yeah, so we got frustration and we got rejection, which these are both like kind of like in the sacral chakra realm. So it's like, you know, creativity, and just sort of like that whole creative spark, you know, and however you channel it. And like, it's almost like it's sort of being thwarted. It's like this futile situation where you're trying to drive a peg through a hole, and it's like it's not working. And yeah, right underneath it we have creativity, you know, which is kind of like the sacral chakra. But and then we have rejection. Rejection is God's protection. So, you know, obviously this situation is like, whoever this is that's manifesting, like they've got somewhere better to be than this. Like, this is not the end all be all where they are, because it's just a frustrating waste of time. And, you know, they're not being valued. They're not being appreciated for what they're bringing to the table. Like, and they know it, you know, they know that they have something better on the horizon for them. And so they're kind of like, I think they're just like holding their vision for that. I'm going to go to also to the angels and ancestors, see what they have to say about this. Okay, oh my gosh. So we got Stargazer, set your sights higher. Like, you know, this person knows that they've got better things coming to them. Like, they deserve better. Like, this person, and I think that's part of the thing of recovering from like narcissistic abuse situations. It's like you have to know that you just deserve better, you know. And we have Heart Guardian, love and let yourself be loved. I think this is an important message because, like, I think oftentimes when you're in a situation of abuse, it can cause people to just shut down, or you're just sort of like shell-shocked. You're in self-protective mode and you're not flowing, you know, you're not allowing people to step in and help, because you're just kind of closed off, because you're protecting yourself from this energy. So that's the trick, you know, like part of like being able to manifest this is that you're gonna have to like open your heart to like what's out there, you know, and that I think can be a really difficult a difficult thing to have perspective on when one is in this sort of situation. Okay. So when I did the split at the bottom here, I'm going to the Transient Light Tarot. It's interesting message. We got the Two of Wands and we got the Six of Wands. So this is a card of victory after sorrow, which obviously there's this very frustrating, toxic situation here. And then we have the Two of Wands, which it's kind of like a decisive moment. Like you're going to go one way or the other way. You know, it's like, are you going to let yourself be totally eaten alive by this situation? Or are you going to open your heart to like bigger and better things? Because that's what you deserve, you know? And I mean, I think that's like a thing that there really needs to be some conscientiousness about, because it's like you deserve better. And you have to like understand and know that not every situation is toxic, you know, but you don't want to like shut down in the toxic situation because you don't want to get stuck there, you know. And that's the thing, like keep looking on the horizon, because there is a better situation like than this. So okay, I'm gonna pick some cards from the tarot deck and we'll see. I'm going to do the light and the shadow. So this is the light deck and we'll see what we have like on the ground perspective. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. We have the Hierophant. So this is a card of, well, here we have this elephant. We have these two keys that are crossing and we have this infinity symbol. So it's really, and it's like on top of a book, which, you know, presumably it would be a Bible. So it's almost like there's all these different sort of spiritual connotations here. But what I'm getting is that it's like almost like there's a decree, you know, like this situation is being seen by this higher power. And whether or not you know that, you know, there is this presence that's presiding over the situation. And we got the Champion of Wands, so that's kind of like the Knight of Wands. It's like lifting this stick out of these burning flames, you know, which is not what I usually get from this. So yeah, we're like taking our stick and we're like making a bold move out of this burning inferno. And we have the Seven of Coins, which this is a card about sort of like weeding your garden, where you've like planted some seeds, you know, and they've grown, but it's like you're gonna have to like let go of some things that don't serve you so that you can grow to the 10. And then we have the Death. So it's like, this is kind of like cutting the cord on like the things that don't serve you. And then like, we're like moving on onto a new path. It's interesting that there's these two towers here. Yeah. So what I'm getting from this is that there is like this bold move that's going to be required or we're going to have to sort of like streamline the things that aren't serving us, you know, presumably these toxic elements. And that's what's going to like fuel the change that's needed here. Because nothing can grow out of this energy. Like this, it has to fundamentally change, because you deserve a better situation than this. I mean, this is just, it's not fertile ground, you know? So I'm gonna go to the intuitive night goddess, and we're gonna pick some shadow elements here. Sometimes it can be really hard, you know, because sometimes these toxic situations can involve people that you've known a long time, or, you know, family members, and it's just, it's difficult, you know, to make that cut. But sometimes it's like, you don't, I mean, are you gonna just sit in toxicity for the rest of your life and like let your life go to waste? I mean, you can't do that, you know. So it's just sort of like, yeah, sometimes we gotta make difficult choices, which that's kind of what this is speaking to. It's really speaking to like having to decisively sort of like cut the cord on some sort of really toxic situation. Okay, so underneath we have the Eight of Pentacles, which, look at all those flowers blossoming. This person is a hard worker, and they've planted this garden, they've done this pruning, and like this is, you know, the next thing. It's like there's going to be this harvest that's going to come. So that's at the bottom. And then we have the Eight of Wands. So messages coming in, things changing fast. We have this fell right under the Death card. We have the Five of Pentacles. So this is a card of lack. It's like a scarcity mentality. It's like not having enough, not being valued, or not feeling like you are enough, you know. This is what has to change. Like this lack, scarcity thing, because once we can kind of like cut the cord on that mindset, we're gonna rise again in this sort of stable situation. So I think this scarcity mindset is really at the root of like whatever this toxicity is, and it's like it has to go. Like that just has to go. Like just the bottom line. I'm gonna go to the wisdom of the oracle. We're gonna do a final split. To end this reading, but this, yeah, this definitely looks like a decisive moment where it's like almost like there's really no going back once we like cut the cord on what this is. So we got truth be told. It's really interesting because like at first I thought of like a bird in a cage, you know, but then this bird is like the cage is like its heart, and it's also an owl, which is like wisdom, you know, and then it like opens, it like speaks to this again. It's like opens this heart, and then like all these flowers and all this abundance like flows out, and then there's this like freedom, you know. So it's like, I think that's kind of part of the answer of just like opening your heart to what's out there, because that's sort of what's gonna bring in the opportunities, that's gonna allow someone to move out of this situation, because they do deserve better, and they have to know that And they have to be open to it. So we got Treasure Island. So there's this treasure here. I'm gonna read what it says in the book for Treasure Island. Oh, it opened right to the... So it means the law of attraction bringing dreams into fruition, the results of positive thinking made manifest, abundance appearing as if from nowhere, financial gains, and the sharing of good fortune. Wow. So, like, the message that I just got from all of this, and then there was serendipity right underneath, is like, I just thought of that, like, a Madonna song, Open Your Heart. But that's kind of it. It's just like everything is here on the table, and the last thing that has to happen is that this needs to open, and then this shift is just gonna magically start. So there you have it. We'll check in soon with another update.